get more into what the title means, the reason I've reworded what I was originally going to post as a title was something about live streaming at a new time. And I reworded it this way, and there's more to be said on that. But to get to that, the immediacy that is the week ago is return home. Basically, I've thought through, just trying to see if there's anywhere else I can rest my phone. Phenomenal level of pain and agony today to just go and do some shopping, and I took a bus and a taxi when most of it's just a walking journey for me. I've done that journey many times, but as things have progressed of late, I'm so weak and so now the pain's a little bit more real to the level of pain that I'm experiencing. In other words, well, I'll just leave it at that. And alongside it, my mental health has been, as a result of my physical body, emotions are linked to the physical body. But you talk about emotions, so in that account, that's my mental health. And I've been having, I wouldn't say unpleasant emotions, but they're very unpleasant to my circumstance at this particular time, because I've said it a few times on camera, I'm able to go and walk down the shop. It's not something I've done for my life has beaten that out of me, and I'm constantly in a state of PTSD, as much as my mental health manages to lie to me that that's not the case. I'm well aware that that is, and I'm well past a 24-hour day, 24/7, 365 situation on that. Shot again soon. I appreciate emotions. With interactions, I'm happy to express emotions when circumstances are appropriate. So in other words, if the outside supports an expression of emotions, then be happy, be sad, be everything else. It doesn't matter. I'm okay with that, because it's almost, if it's appropriate, the outside creates a pressured environment where that emotion can be expressed freely, and there isn't a problem. But the pressured environment is not to breathe emotion walking down the not a pressured environment. It's to breathe emotions freely and happily, going for a walk down the shops. My life into the situation. As a result of chat, my physical body has become weaker. Pardon me. And it's very traumatic to go for a walk and not to get 50 meters, and to realize your body's falling apart, and your legs aren't working the way they should, and you know, the natural response is to cry. But because you're pushing for your life and there's something wrong with your body, you're not able to just cry. That would have been perfect. I would have been happy to cry because that would have been appropriate. Instead, this mixed up thing. So that's probably, I can't I think that would be appropriate to feel self-pity. But that doesn't often happen anymore because, again, that's 24/7, 365. And I'm not going to feel self-pity all year long. I'm just going to know it. It's not a pleasant emotion. So I just feel that way. I'm having to get to the road and get the shops and all of. I pass the main problem in terms of emotion after I managed to get into some sort of rhythm with walking. I'm very weak. I take it to the next distance of shop. The shopkeeper tells me I smell. And he's actually not too bad about it. But it's me that's the problem in that moment, because I'm not mentally coherent with my physical body. It's like, imagine being from pain and in that place, emotional control. And he's speaking to me about, and I know what's happened now, but I've put on fresh clothes that have come out of the wash, believe it or not. It was about a week ago. I did some washing, and I still managed to smell after like an accident. When I go out, I always try and be appropriate. So I'm having a shop, and I managed to make it. By that time, I managed to get into a slight rhythm with the pain, to just walk and get a coffee, get one or two things and make my way home. But I'm always aware, in the back of my mind, as soon as I sit down, it's really difficult to get up again, especially if I've been pushing myself all day. And in that place, if I have an ounce of that emotion come over me, it's going to be like a tidal wave. So I thought, let me make a live stream at this time. I said right in the title. Title. Time. I caught myself. Last thing my mind make. I'm relaxing. I've got to expend more energy. But to save the emotion, which isn't really an unpleasant emotion, but if you're sad, someone forces you to be happy, disgusting emotion, and that's what I'm trying to say. And I started writing that. I had an idea a few weeks ago. I changed one of the. I've stopped Facebook. I left it, but my last video, I've reworded the title. That was one of the things I did. Because in that video, I remind myself of Jesus. I don't know what this health was about. In this told, I'm Jesus' brother. His brother, to be specific. I don't know the name. I haven't done any research, but I'm happy to trust that teacher and listen to that teacher to know I'm lucky enough to have been Jesus' brother. To Jesus died on a fucking cross. Language. And it doesn't sound like a pleasant ending. Karmic resolve in terms of healing the energy body and trauma and everything else. I'm aiming to be God. My life is that traumatic. If I'm labelled God, then I'm like, oh, okay, all my problems are mine. If I'm the son of God, that's only forsaken Jesus. After my mental health calmed down, what happened was I was actually really annoyed in that video. I was really stressed, really troubled. And I was talking about Islam. I think I had a balanced view, good and bad. But the irony was, I was looking at myself at one of the most times in my life that I've ever looked like Jesus. So, Jesus. When Jesus was around, and it was like Jesus has come back to life 2,000 years later, and he's just gone for a pop down the shops to get some supplies, and he's confronted by Islam. And a lot of these videos must be near impossible to watch. I'm gonna call everybody sane, because nobody, or very, 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 very few people have had the experience of life I've had. And even though see past the pain, the problems and everything else, then I realized I start changing my videos to relabel them into like different ways you can listen to me talking about my life and the pains I'm going through in an abstract way. If ever it's too difficult to listen to what I call the truth, because I speak in a very flat tone to myself, but that flat tone will have a vibration, and that vibration still carries an emotion. I'm aware ears that haven't lived the density I've had live impossible to watch. If I just rename wherever it gets too dense, just imagine instead of hearing the truth, you're watching as the wounded come home, do his absolute fucking best, pardon my language, stopping my tidal wave coming and destroying him for the night. Anyway, otherwise, I don't drink wine, probably one. But I don't know if it's helped or not. I haven't really rested since I've sat down. I've made the live stream, so I'll find out for myself how it'll go in the next 20-30 minutes. But everything, and being next, I say next to no, to the problems at hand, no resources available that the mind can think to pursue as realistic options for healing. It's me in this moment, but because my perspective, the wounded warrior is dead. I want you to die. This thing gets me up every day, and the body has to fight. That's all it's doing because it should be dead. And for that reason, I have to think about possible options when I can. There's a possible avenue forward. It's time. Let's put it that way. Lifetime. But that's not the main focus. The main focus is either I die or I continue. I can't really continue as I am.